Hello and good morning, and welcome to a beautiful sunny day in the Peak District. It's the middle of August and the sun is shining. It's going to be an absolute scorcher, which here means about 25 degrees. I apologise for the sunglasses, but otherwise I'm just going to be squinting throughout this video. Now in this video I'm going to be talking about the bike over my shoulder, which is a Benelli TRK702X. Now I've seen these bikes at EICMA quite a lot. I've never ridden one before. So when MotoGB asked me if I wanted to test ride one, I jumped at the chance. I think they look great, and I think this one comes in at something like £6,899 as of August 2024 here in the UK. And for that you get the bike you see behind me, and you also get a set of metal luggage. And it's not like small metal luggage. I think it's a 46 litre top box and then a 42 litre and a 36 litre side box. So all of that for £6,899. Now, I don't know what that translates to in other countries around the world, but certainly for here, I mean, that's not a lot of money for a bike that in theory you could take anywhere. So this video is a short look, so I'm just going to give you a look around the bike, show you as much detail as possible. I'm then going to do a separate video about riding it, and that's mostly a timing thing, and some people are interested in different things. So I'm not going to go through all the specs. You can get those from the Benelli website. I'll put the link in the description for the video, but otherwise here's a quick look at the bike. I can start from the side, and I think first of all I'd say it's certainly quite striking, really. Yeah, it looks like a fairly big bike. The fit and finish, at least at first glance, is really smart. It's I think a 700cc inline twin. So I'm going to give you a close look. Hopefully this will come through in 4K so you can actually see all the detail. So we have this alloy swing arm at the back with quite a big rear rotor. You can see the ABS disc on there. There's a big old exhaust. It's not a thing of beauty, but it's also not too bad. It doesn't look like that different to the exhaust that came on my BMW. Just up here we've got these grab handles at the side and a rear rack. No doubt that has the fittings for the metal luggage. Coming down the side, you know, it's like nice little touches, like the rear pillion pegs there. This bike does have a centre stand. I don't think it comes as standard, but it has been added. These foot pegs, yeah, they've got some teeth under there, but then some rubber inserts on top for comfort. The end of the brake pedal is fixed, okay, but it is replaceable. Just the end is replaceable. Coming up we have the black coloured Benelli engine. We've got this tubular steel frame, and just looking at the detail on the welds, you know, that is very tidy indeed. There is quite a lot of bodywork, but then you tend to get that on bikes of this nature anyway. So you have some writing there for the 702, which I'm pretty sure is 702 in Italian. Coming down to the front wheel, these are spoked wheels that are on the bike. They come with Pirelli Scorpion Rally STR tyres. It does have a Benelli branded brake caliper. Not sure who makes that, but it does have twin discs at the front. If I come around the front, I can show you, it's got quite a small, well, I say it looks like a small screen. I'll see how much wind protection that gives when I'm actually riding it. In there is, I think, an LED headlamp, but I will check that once I start going. Now what this does have, it has the fitting point for a camera, even though one isn't fitted to this bike. Coming around the other side, you see the other Benelli branded brake caliper, upside down forks. It's got that low mud guard. Yeah, coming around this side, pretty similar really. We've got the gear lever there, the same foot peg, same sort of rear peg hangers. There is a key for removing the seat. I assume I will take that off and give you a quick look. And if I come around the back, there is a tail tidy. Again, not a thing of beauty, they never are, but actually that one really isn't too bad. So if I come up and over the seat, you can see there is quite a high pillion seat. That must be maybe 6 inches higher, maybe more than the rider's seat. Grab handles both sides, and then as I come up and over the tank, you can see it's got a lockable fuel cap in alloy. To now show you some of the controls, we've got the horn down there, must remember where that is, some controls for running the dash, lights, indicators, that's my GoPro that's on there, and on this side we just have the starter, kill switch and emergency flashes. The mirrors, nothing special, but they do the job. Looking at these handguards, now a lot of manufacturers put handguards on bikes these days, but these are actually alloy bars. This is metal. As I come around, it does have a plastic bit attached to it, as many of them do, and this piece is metal and it goes up onto the mirror perch up there. They're not bark busters, but they are better than almost any of the stock handguards I've seen on other bikes. I mean, I think that really is something that's its attention to detail. Even like the hand grips have got the TRK branding on them. I don't know if you can see it in this light, but I'll try. That is the dash. It's pretty clear, it's quite small writing. It's not the biggest screen I've seen on a bike. And then it's got that separate row of indicator lights above it. One thing I would like to show you, and this seems like an odd thing to show, but it's the key. Now, keys could be anything, right? They can just be just a rubber thing. This one flicks away like that, and I think that that is quite a nice thing to have. It's just details like that which not every manufacturer comes up with. And on a bike at this price point, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so I'm just going to show you what is under the seat. So that key just goes in there. So that's unlocked it. Oh, there we go. So yes, that was the mechanism for unlocking the rear seat, and you can see there are some electrical connections. There's an ODB connector. That must be the release for the front seat. There we go. I did wonder how that would come off. There we go. Okay, so under here we have easy access to the battery. It's very high up on the bike, which is always a nice thing. And then coming up and looking in there, we've got the rear catch and the little tool roll. So that is a very quick look at some of the details on the Benelli TRK702X. I really am looking forward to riding this bike. I've seen them a few times around, and I don't actually get to ride that many middleweight adventure bikes. I tend to either focus on the bigger or the smaller end of the market. But nevertheless, I'm looking forward to spending a couple of hours on this bike out in the Peak District. So I hope that's been interesting and useful. If it has been, and you want to see what I think about riding it, please check out my other video. Thank you very much for watching.